Of how you are up against a winter storm.
Yeah, some places getting hit right now by some heavy snow, and that will continue through the morning hours, especially with the heavier snowfall, though there is some snow up to about Grand Forks and then stretching back toward Minot. So you can see that kind of diagonal line of snowfall coming through. This one, instead of being a little more diagonal, it's kind of flattening out a little bit. So along Highway 2, that tends to be the cutoff at this point in time. Doesn't mean you won't see snow, especially on the North Dakota side, north of Highway 2, but right now we're looking at the focus being south of that marker. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Fargo's been right in the heart of the snow for a while now. This stretches down I-94 toward Fergus Falls. Highway 10, we've been having some snow there. I've been keeping an eye on our DOT cams on the plows. And then back over to Detroit Lakes, right on the edge again. And I was talking about this yesterday, how there'd be a sharp drop off in snowfall totals. And that may indeed happen yet again with this system. We're looking at the heaviest snowfall coming down right now, those deeper blues, those heavier rates of snow in southeastern North Dakota. So as you head east through Fargo and then back over to Detroit Lakes, the snowfall totals will be coming down pretty sharply from there. So that makes it tough to nail down on that edge of the snowfall. But certainly over into southeastern North Dakota, we're looking at several inches. And in Fargo, we're certainly seeing the snow right now. It's really falling at this point in time and continues to limit our visibility and continues to add up on the roads. Here's a look at the latest in Fargo. At the airport, 15 degrees. It feels more like 1 because we've got to factor in that wind. We have a steady wind out of the east-northeast at 13 miles per hour. So wind is going to be a little bit of a factor today. It'll get stronger this afternoon. Grand Forks, fairly quiet. We have had a little bit of light snow from time to time in Grand Forks. Wind easterly at 14 miles per hour, and it feels like it's 8 below. So Northern Valley especially, we're a lot chillier there this morning. Some of us even below 0 right now for your air temperature, and our wind chills are even lower than that. So you're going to want to bundle up if you're heading to work or if you need to get out and do some shoveling here for today. Here's a look at the planner for Fargo. Expect to have to deal with snow through the morning hours. Into the afternoon, it will start tapering off, and then we'll end up with some quieter weather snow-wise into the late afternoon and into the evening drive. It could linger a little longer, but that's when we become a little more concerned about a little bit of blowing snow out of the north with gusts above 20 miles per hour for today. So ongoing snow through the day, several inches possible. By tomorrow, we're much colder Saturday morning to start, but we have high temperatures this weekend above 0, especially a nicer day on Sunday. Unsettled into next week, best chance for some snow will come on Tuesday.
To go over this morning, Lisa. Thank you for tracking it all. And the forecast for this rough winter weather today has prompted dozens of schools to either cancel class today or move to some virtual learning. We have counted more than 50 districts so far. They keep coming in. Closings include Fargo, NDSU, MSUM, NDSCS in Wahpeton, and Jamestown, Valley City, and Fergus Falls, just to name a few. Moorhead, West Fargo, and DGF are among those that are going with a virtual learning day. There are dozens of other school districts across the valley that are changing their schedules. Keep track of them on air. They're rolling across your screen right now at the bottom, online and on the VNL News app. And many of those school districts are canceling today because travel is downright dangerous. And we have some breaking updates on what's happening in North Dakota. The North Dakota DOT has extended that travel alert. This has happened within the last 5 minutes. North Dakota DOT now extending it all the way from the Canadian border, those northern counties in the Devil's Lake Basin going all the way up to Canada. You're seeing that travel alert from Cavalier all the way to southeastern North Dakota, the most southern county there as well. Richland County is in a travel alert. This includes Cass County now as well, along with Stutzman. And you see that big purple shaded area. That means all of this is a travel alert. That's most of the eastern part of North Dakota. So they're saying with this, it is still legal to drive on the roads, but they don't recommend it. There are dangerous conditions out there right now. And then a check of the major interstates here, I-94, I-29, they're purple covered. That means they are either partially or completely covered with snow. Let's take a look now at our Minnesota maps. Let's get a refresh on that. You never know what's going to come in. Like I said, that no travel advised extended just 5 minutes ago. Taking a look here at Highway 10 going from Fargo, Moorhead all the way down to Staples. Just outside of Moorhead, that is the pink cover. That means, or pink color rather, that means fully covered in snow. The rest of it blue going through Detroit Lakes. That means partially covered. I-94 heading down to Alexandria, the same thing. However, heading on up to more northwestern Minnesota, green. They're missed by some of that snow. We'll keep you updated right here on the Valley today and online for these conditions as they change. And the snow that we have been warned about is happening all across the Valley this Friday morning. In the Valley today's JC Dodd. She has been out since 5 this morning, seeing those conditions change as they happen. JC, what are you seeing right now?
Jordan, I'm seeing more and more snow just stack on top of each other, and it's coming down a lot heavier than it was 2 hours ago when I was out here. So I want to show you, I'm at the intersection of 45th Street and 13th Avenue South in Fargo. Earlier this week, we told you this is one of the most dangerous intersections in the state of North Dakota, and for good reason. With conditions like this, I have seen far too many cars speeding through this intersection, and you can see it is completely snow covered. You can't see any lanes, and I've seen several cars right here. If you look at these skid marks right here, it was hard for them to stop, and they slid through and thankfully came to a stop before the other car came through. So this is what you want to avoid when you're heading out. Again, one of the busiest intersections in Fargo, and one of the most dangerous, especially with conditions like today. Now, I just measured over an inch here in South Fargo. I want you to look and see fresh snow right over an inch. So you can see it's crazy. I've never seen snow pile up like this in real time before, Jordan. This is my first kind of winter storm early in the morning, so it's been interesting.
And it has definitely gotten worse as the morning has gone on, and it will get worse as the day goes on. JC Dodd reporting live. Thank you. And keep an eye on those flight schedules today out of the Valley. We've been watching them overnight already. 4 flights have been canceled out of Fargo. Everything, though, is on time out of Grand Forks. Switching gears, a memorial service is now planned for later this morning for 7 members of a Moorhead family who died of carbon monoxide poisoning last month. It's scheduled for 11 this morning, their funeral at the Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd in South Moorhead. And while there have been a number of weather-related cancellations today, we have not yet heard whether the funeral is postponed. Valley News Live will be there, though, and we'll bring you coverage on air and online. We have a look this morning at the first pictures of the 3 people arrested for aggravated robbery in South Moorhead. A man says he was at the Travel Mart on Highway 75 yesterday afternoon with a guy with a gun, got in his car and ordered him out. The victim then ran to the store where the clerk locked the doors as the suspect approached the store with his gun out. The robber then took off in his own car, but police caught up with him. They arrested Emmanuel Reynosa for assault and aggravated robbery. Kyla Belgard was taken in for aiding and abetting assault and robbery, and Isaac Granados was also arrested for drug possession. We now want to get the answer to that question of the morning on Facebook. Our question today, 11% of women have turned down a date because of this. The answer is too many tattoos. Remember, you can play along every day on the Valley News Live Facebook page. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. We have more live team coverage of the winter weather that is blasting the region right now and impacting your day. That right after this on the Fargo CW. Have a good Friday and stay safe, everyone.